Mr. Rob.
Carlos.
Welcome once again to Across the Bar.
Yeah.
You are the first guest, and you are also the first returning guest.
Yes.
Can I tell you why?
How come?
I think you may know why.
Because
we were in the depths of Satan's butthole of COVID. The depths of Satan's COVID butthole, Las Vegas for the Super Bowl. And so I was like, you know what? I care about people. So instead of trying to trying to bring somebody else in who I'm sure when they saw Instagram posts.
Oh yeah.
I was like, you know what? I will just bring in somebody who I know went through the same Satan's COVID butthole,
Yeah, because
like
I live
myself.
in Satan's butthole.
But I will tell you this: I just got my test today, and it came out negative.
Negative.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. I have a force field around me.
Yeah. I think you've. Well, I can say that I've walked this earth long enough without a condom. And then,
Well, to be honest with you, you probably go 15 years without wearing a condom, just right off the bat.
oh yeah, but like there's opportunities that I've purposely said no.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a lot to convince them not to either. It's really odd.
Well, it usually goes, do you have a condom? No. Okay.
Well, then I go. But what's funny is like, yeah, no, they're because they always are like, and I was like, well, we don't have to do anything if you don't want to, and then I think that like assures them, you know? And then they just okay, let's go.
Yeah. Well, you're a smart man. You got the consent
I
first.
get the consent, yeah. But
if anything, if they pressure you, now it's reverse.
as I said, we shouldn't do this.
Does it ever happen where they're like, oh, yeah, I guess maybe we shouldn't. Why don't you have one more drink, Rob?
Oh no! One time, I'll tell you this story. Damn, this is kind of embarrassing for me. It's kind of a classic story that I've seen that it happens. There's little memes and stories and whatnot. But so one time I was at Wet Republic. This is when I lived in Vegas, and I met this Australian girl, this hot little blonde girl. And then we're talking, and then I was like, "Oh, who are you here with?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm by myself." And I was like, "Okay." And she's like, "Oh, I'm on holiday." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So we're talking, and then the pool ends, and I was like, "Hey, what are you gonna do after?" And she was like, "Nothing. I don't know." And then I was like, "Do you want to go get something to eat?" And she's like, "Sure." I was like, "So the Web Republic is at MGM, and across the street there's Hooters." So I was like, "Hey, do you want to go to Hooters?" And she's like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's like a chicken wing place."
Oh, I thought you meant the casino. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, the Hooters, it has.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And she's like, "Sure, let's go." So my buddy had this one girl that worked at the pool, and then we take her to Hooters. We eat wings, this and that, da da da. And I was like, "Hey, what do you want to do?" And she's like, "Whatever." And I was like, "Do you want?"
No wonder you're a fucking actor. That accent is on point.
And then she was like, I was like, "Do you want to go to like a club or something?" And she's like, "Sure." So I was like, "All right, here, I'll take you to your hotel. And then do you want me to wait for you, or do you want me to go get dressed and pick you up?" And she's like, "Whatever you want." And I was like,
Yeah.
And so then my buddy goes with his girl back to the crib. And then so I was like, "Here, I'll just take you to your hotel, and then I'll just wait for you."
Yeah. It's not a fucking gentleman.
And so then I go, and then I go in there, and then we just start making out. We start making out, and then boom, my stomach starts hurting. I was like, "Oh fuck, fucking chicken wings."
Oh.
And I was like, "Is this like?"
I thought because she was so gorgeous, she gave you butterflies in your stomach.
Man, dude, because I played this right. So I took off my shirt and making out with her, and then I was like, "Fuck, let me use the bathroom." So I go to the bathroom to take a piss to see maybe it's just like a fart. And then I pee, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, this is not a fart. Shit." Okay, all right, suck it up. So I go over there, and we're making out, and then I remember I put my hands on her pants, and she's like, "It's a waterfall," and I was like, "Oh my god." And then my stomach is killing me. I'm like, "Oh my god," I'm starting to sweat. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to do this.
Oh my god.
And I was like, "Can I power shit in there? Can I just push it out?" But it was like so much echo. I was like, "Oh man, what am I gonna do?" I was like, "What am I gonna do?" And then she goes, she's like, "Do you have a condom?" And I was like, "No, I don't have a condom."
fuck. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, we can't do this.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know. And then she's like, and so then we're still making out, and she's like, and then she gets up, she goes to her purse, and she's like, here, go get a condom. And I was like, yes.
Oh, she gave you money?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say, I got one.
No,
Oh,
like,
that would have been a horror story.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yes, I'll go get a condom. So I go over there. I go down to the...
Did you look disheveled? Did she think that you didn't have money to buy a condom?
Oh, I was in my pool shorts, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then so, yeah, I was still in my pool shorts. And then so then like, she was like, so boom, I go to the lobby and I go to the bathroom and I just fucking let it rip. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my God. Right. And so then I gotta like, oh man, now I'm about to have sex and I got this dirty asshole. You know? So now I have to like powder my asshole.
Yeah.
In this like lobby bathroom, you know? So then I get the condom and then I go back to the room and I do my thing. We never go out, you know, like I text everybody, like, hey, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, that's cool. You know, and then so the next day we like spent the day, we actually like made a relationship out of this.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, Las Vegas love story.
Yeah. And then like the next day I was like, hey, you know, so I was taking her sightseeing because I was already like a resident. Like I had to take like the Nevada Constitution in college. And so then like
Wait, what's that?
to graduate like at UNLV, if you unless you went to like a Nevada, like a Las Vegas high school, in at UNLV, like in college, in order to graduate, like a mandatory, like a requirement is to have to take the Nevada Constitution.
Yeah.
So you know, it's basically just like, you know, people came because of the mining. And
Oh, like a
yeah,
like a history class of Nevada.
Yeah,
okay.
You know, like it was like a big Mormon place, and they kicked them out. And like, no.
How big was the mobster portion of it?
Oh, it was mentioned. You
Yeah.
know, it wasn't glorified though.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
but it was mentioned. Like Hayes is a part
How
of it.
dare they? They owe everything to those guys, and it's barely mentioned,
Yeah.
and it's not glorified.
Yeah. Well, you know, the Strip. It's called the Strip after Las Vegas. I mean, after LA. So
What do you mean?
So LA has like a strip. I think it was like maybe Rodeo Drive or something like that. It was called the
okay.
Strip. I don't know where in LA it's called the Strip.
Yeah.
So Las Vegas.
Sunset Strip.
Oh, Sunset. Okay.
Yeah.
So Las Vegas named itself after LA. The Strip named the
Oh,
Strip.
fucking
after
weird.
LA.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, we go back to the little commissary store to go get some water. You know, go get some water, and then we buy the water, and then the teller's like smirking and laughing.
I'm glad she's Australian and she's not Asian, because that would be really funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then like the teller is like laughing, like kind of smirking or giggling a little bit. And then we leave, and I was like, hey, did you see that teller like kind of like giggle? She's like, oh, yeah, I guess. I thought that was weird. And I was like, yeah, because I bought the condoms from her last night. So she knows I banged you. We only used the one condom, by the way.
Yeah.
The rest was...
Oh, after that,
after that, it was just...
Oh, okay.
Just
It usually goes that way.
Yeah.
Dude, what would you have done had she, instead of money, pulled out a condom?
Man, I never thought of that. I've never
Yeah.
thought of that. You know, and then I didn't even think about taking a shit like out in the lobby until she gave me the money, because I had to go to the lobby, right? So I don't even know if I had that idea in my head to take a shit elsewhere. Man, I would have honestly. Maybe I would have probably tried to swallow it and like came up with the truth. Like, man,
Dude, I'm so glad that all it was just a poop, because I mean, when I've gotten food poisoning, it comes out both
ways at the same time.
Yeah, so it's like
that's only happened to me once in high school.
Yeah,
I had like a bad we had bought chips from Aldi, you know, and back then Aldi's not the Aldi today. Today's like super healthy. Back then,
is it?
No, yeah. Back then it was just junk for like 50 cents. You know, you get it was 3 liters of soda for $1. It was the shit. I loved it. You know, and I remember we bought this like variety pack of chips. And man, those chips fucked me up, man. Like I didn't even make it to the bathroom.
And so what happened with this Australian girl?
We dated. We dated all summer.
Oh, okay. So she was living there? She wasn't just visiting, or
freaking holiday? They go on holiday for like 5-6 months.
Oh, okay.
So she was like traveling, and man, I even took her to like one of my best friend's wedding. She was getting married. She was a Marine with me, and she was getting married in Miami. And she's like, "Oh, I've got family in Miami."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh." She kind of invited herself,
Yeah.
you know. Now that I think about it, she kind of invited herself.
Yeah.
Because I remember my friend, she was like, "Hey, do you want me to invite somebody else from the Marine Corps so you have someone to talk to?" And I was like, nah, I'll have fun wherever. I don't care.
Yeah.
This wedding's fun. I don't care. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And so then, like I was dating that girl, and then she saw it, like, on Facebook, right? And I remember because I was like, so she went to Vegas, and then she went somewhere, I don't know where it was, and then came back to Vegas, and we did like a little trip, like we drove to San Francisco. And then we did like sightseeing in San Francisco, and then we went to San Diego. First we went to San Diego, then back up to San Francisco.
Rob, it sounds like she was actually your girlfriend.
Yeah,
yeah,
for a little bit, you know. They don't last very long,
yeah.
You know. But yeah, we came to LA too. I remember we stayed with George. Yeah, she was my girlfriend. Yeah. So
I wish you guys would have stayed together, because could you imagine how romantic that story would have been on about the first time?
You know what? And she was about it, right? I was just getting really irritated. Because at that moment, I've only had like one real girlfriend, right? Like I've had like ladies or whatnot, but at that time, I've only had like one real one. And then I guess like spending so much time together, I was getting freaking irritated. Because our views were a little different, and like our upbringing was different.
Yeah. She's like, what? You like the fucking toilet? Fucking going around this way, flushing this way?
She's like, well, a lot of it has to do with like her being sneaky rude. Like she doesn't know she's being rude.
Oh, okay.
So like I remember George picked us up, and then he had his music going, and she's like, can we change the music? This is gay. And she just changes it. And I was like, yo, you are a freaking guest. You met him 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess that's how they are.
Yeah.
I don't want to say all of them, but I mean, that's how she was, you know. And she didn't see that was bad. And I was like, hey, that was rude. And my friend is very nice.
Yeah.
He's really into music, and that was his music.
He is really into music.
Yeah. And you just like insulted his music, you know. And then, anyways, what happened? Da-da-da-da. Remember, we go to Miami.
Was there one event that kind of just did it, or did it fizzle out?
It fizzled out like at that wedding, actually. Because I remember...
Because she gave you that look like,
We stayed at this like condo.
Oh, wait, let me do this.
What happened? Oh, so there was like I remember I was very conscious of her being a little jealous, right? Because there was a moment in San Diego where we went to like a house party. It was me, my buddy, and like her and my buddy's girlfriend. We go to a house party, and then we go to the kitchen, and these girls kind of like trap us and like was like hitting on us, and we were being like, oh no, man, our ladies are here, we can't. It's like, oh, we're here with our girlfriends, da 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 da, out there, we know this guy, da da da, and then they were just like going like, and we're like, no, and then like we look, and they were like watching us the whole time. I was like, okay, it's a good thing we were being good boys, right? And then I remember, I think it was like going to San Diego or to San Francisco. She was all like, oh, you know, you and Alvin are the same, and I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I saw you chatting up the chickies up in the kitchen. And I was like, I wasn't chatting no chickies. They were talking to me. You know? And then she was like, I saw you pull out your mobile. And I was like, no, you're talking about the phone, right? No, I did not. You know? And then she swore that I gave him my phone number.
Yeah.
So I was aware of that. So at the wedding, the maid of honor, I thought she was hot, and then so we were paired up, and then I was being very conscious of not doing anything flirtatious, you know. And then of course we're like sitting next
don't you guys have to hold hands and stuff like when you walk down or something?
And then we're like sitting next to each other, and the maid of honor's boobs are out, and I'm like, oh my god. And then like and I just made sure like I was not, you know, like there's no way that you can confuse me. And then
you're being a good boy.
Yeah. And so then what sucks is that like the maid of honor catches the garter, and I catch the bouquet, and then,
oh wow,
and then like you're supposed to like put the garter up as high as you can on the maid of honor.
Yeah,
the higher the better your marriage is. Like, well, I don't want a shitty marriage, you know. Well, I don't want a shitty marriage, you know.
I'm assuming she doesn't know these customs, these American customs.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck. I was like, well, and then everybody's like, the whole thing, everybody's cheering. They're like going. I was like, oh, I can't disappoint the crowd. Yeah. You know? And so I was like, higher? And they're like, yeah. I was like, oh, fuck. Higher? Yeah. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, I'm going to stay right there.
Yeah.
It was
meanwhile, you just look back and she's like fuming, right?
So then the dancing portion comes. She kind of like dances a little bit. And then what happens? One of my old sergeants in the Marine Corps, she was there. Mm-hmm. She was looking great, you know. But like when I was a Marine, I was I was a baby, and she was like already she was already in like her year 6.
Oh, okay.
You know, she wasn't old by any means.
She's just been in there longer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when I was a Marine, she was like my mom, you know, mm-hmm. or my older sister, right? So then there,
this is how Pornhub starts.
Yeah. And so there, present time, like we're super duper adults, and she's looking great, you know, mm-hmm. and she just got these new fake boobs. And then she was like, "Hey, Santana, let's go dance." I was like, "Sure, let's dance," you know. And,
Mom.
Yeah. And what sucks, what she doesn't understand is that like Spanish music, those songs are like 7 fucking minutes. Fuck. You know. And so we danced like 3 Spanish songs. I'm like, oh god, this is too much. And I remember, my sergeant, she even said, "It's like, hey, I'm gonna stop because I don't want your girl to get mad."
Yeah.
She said it, right? And I would tell her this dance, and then she wouldn't fucking. Mm-hmm. I was like, what the fuck? This is a wedding. You're supposed to dance. I'm here to dance. What the fuck? We'll go. Let's get drunk. Some of the two, right? And so then I had another homegirl come to the wedding, and she was lesbian. And then she was like, "Rob, you want to go to a club?" I was like, "Sure." And she said, "What club do you want to go to? I know this one. This one has a lot of girls." And I was like, "Well, let's go to a club to where you can hook up. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm cool. Like, I got my date. Like, let's go look for girls for you. Mm-hmm. Let's go." She's like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Mm-hmm. Let's do it." You know? And then, like, we go to this club. I didn't like the first room too much because I was getting, kind of, like, harassed.
Oh, okay.
You know? So I was like, hey, I told my friend, "Hey, Jahara, like, I'm cool being here, but, like, I might have to fight somebody. Like, everybody keeps grabbing me and then, like, pretending they didn't do it. Like, that's not cool."
Yeah.
You know? Like, do your thing, but don't, like, fucking... I look back and everybody's fucking laughing. I was like, everybody can get punched. You know? Everybody can get punched. Yeah. And then she's like, "Okay, let's go to this other room." So we go to the other room and everybody's acting cordial. Like, all right, this is the spot. Let's do it. All right. So we're drinking. My friend, she opens up her, like, brand new credit card. She said, "Well, let's do it." I'm like, "Oh, fuck, let's go."
This is the Australian girl?
No, my homegirl.
Oh, the one that invited you. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then
is the Australian girl back at the wedding still?
No,
it sounds like it.
She's with me, right? But she's like, I don't know what the fuck she's angry at me about. Oh, she was mad because I went to the bachelor party, but the bachelor party was just at a strip club and nothing happened. Like, I was like, fuck. I didn't get no lap dance. I'm always awkward at like strip clubs, even though I like being there.
Yeah.
And then so then what happens? Nothing, man. We kind of get drunk, and then she gets like, and then my girl gets really drunk, and then like my 2 friends like start making out. I was like, all right, cool. You guys are entertained. Let me go. Yeah. I think I'm done with you. Like, honestly, like, not because it's making out with my friend. Like, I was happy for my friend. I was like, there you go.
Yeah.
And then, like, I was like, I'm just going to look for some other girls.
Wait. The Australian girl started making out with...
Not the married girl. I had another girl that went to the wedding that knew my friend that was getting married.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I thought the Australian girl, the girl, your date, was making out with the guy, with another guy.
No,
okay. Okay, my bad.
And then... So then I was like, I'm going to go look for a girl that's freaking bi-curious, you know, that likes guys too.
Yeah.
And then nonetheless, like, we all black out, right? We all black out, and poof, like, we wake up in, like, in my hotel room. Uh-huh. And I was like, oh, man, all right, let's go check out of this hotel. So we go check out of the hotel, and I was like, "Oh, Jahara, you valeted?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, I'll pay for that." That shit was mad expensive. Miami's expensive as fuck. Mm-hmm. And then so I gave her money for that, and then I go check out at the hotel, and then the guy was like, "Oh, Mr. Santana, you ready to check out?" And I was like, "Fuck." I didn't give him no information yet. Like, I just walked up, you know. And then I walk out to the valet, and then she was like, and then my friend Jahara was like, "Hey, those valet guys were like, hey, do you remember these guys?" And I was like, what? What happened?
Oh, my gosh.
And so the valet guys told him while I was checking out that Jahara pulled up to the valet. You know, it was like fucking 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Nobody there yet. And so she literally just fell asleep with her foot on the brake.
Oh, my gosh.
She just fell asleep with the foot on the brake. And they were trying to get us out. And we were just obliterated.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They couldn't get us up, and then they're like, "Are you staying here?" And da 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 da. And they're like, yeah. And they're like, what's your name? And I was like, Robert Santana, And then I gave them my information. And that's how they all knew who I was when I came to check out.
Oh, my God.
And so then, like, my date, she was super duper trashed. So basically, I fireman carried her all the way to the room. And so that was, like, a big deal to them, because that was, like, Vegas action. And, like, and that was, like, Vegas action in Miami. And I was living in Vegas. Like, this is another day. I erased those days, And then, like, the girl was super mad at me.
This only sounds like a Vegas story, not a Miami, Florida.
Well, it started in Vegas, And it was like the year The Hangover came out. And then, so then, like, that was our last day together. We went to the airport, and she was so mad at me for letting her get drunk and making out with my friend. She's like, I trusted you, and da-da-da. I was like, you were in good hands. You were not going to get, like, raped.
Yeah.
Like, my friend, how dare you, you know? And she was super mad at me. I was like, I was drunk too, and we was fighting and this and that, and then she happened to have lost her camera like throughout this whole relationship, and my friend found it. So then my friend tells me, he's like, hey, I found your girl's camera. So I Facebook her and I was like, hey, Alvin found your camera. And she's like, oh, cool, send it to me. And I was like, okay. And then my friend Alvin, this is kind of his fault. He just never sent it to me so I could send it to her. Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I'm trying to tell him to send it to me, but I won't, And then she wanted me to drive down there. And I was like, look, that camera's $200. I'm not going to spend $200 of gas to go down there.
Yeah.
Grab that package, spend X amount of money to go send it to, like,
yeah.
And I got to stay there a day. So then I got to pay for this and that. It's going to cost me like $600 to do this for your $180 camera. I'm not going to do that. You already got a bunch of pictures with your new camera. I was there when you purchased it. Da, 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 da. And then she's like, you guys just want to steal my camera? I was like, at the time, the only reason I had a Facebook was to talk to her. I didn't have, I had one before. That was back when, like, you needed to have a college email.
Oh, okay.
Like the original Facebook. And then I forgot my college password. So then I had to make a new one just to conversate with her.
Yeah.
And so I was like, look at my Facebook. I have like fucking 10 pictures. I don't give a fuck about pictures. I'm not going to steal your camera. It's like pink. I don't care. I don't want your fucking camera. Yeah. And she was just accusing me. And then like one day out of nowhere, she just texted me, was that it? Was I just a fling? And I was like, what? What are you talking about? Answer the question. I was like, but was it you? No. What? What's a fling? A fling doesn't last like 6 months. What is that?
Yeah.
A fling's like one day, maybe 2 weeks. And it just kept going, and I was like, I think I'm done with you, man.
Yeah.
Like, so I just stopped talking to her, and then she blocked me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So what sucks is she stayed friends with, like, everybody introduced her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she's just friends with George.
Oh, you guys got to reunite.
And
you guys have to reunite and talk about this.
Well, so then, you know what's funny? Coincidentally, because this happened, like 13 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, I asked my friend George, I was like, hey, man, let me see your Facebook. Like, how's Rose doing? And he's like, oh, man, she's married to, like, a Greek guy or something.
Oh, really?
Really? Oh, let me see. And, like, she had a kid, and she's married with a kid. I was like, oh, okay, do your thing.
You guys got to reunite and talk about
rekindle.
Yeah, no, I think you guys need to settle the whole camera issue so you can see how silly that was.
It was so crazy. And then she did, you know what? She did, like, a spiteful thing, right? Because right when we stopped talking, the very next year, she went and hung out. She came to LA, and my buddy was like, hey, Rose is coming. Just hit her up. And then I was like, bro, she doesn't want to talk to me. She's like super angry. And he's like, no, she'll hit you up. She's going to go to Vegas. I was like, okay. So she comes with like a super hot friend, like dumb hot. And they do their thing in in LA. And then she goes to Vegas. She comes and goes. Like, she was in Vegas and never hit me up or nothing. And then my buddy was like, hey, she hit you up? And I was like, no, she didn't. She's like, oh, that's weird, man. I told her to hit you up. I was like, oh, yeah, she's not going to do what she doesn't want to do. And then and it was funny because everywhere she went, she would hang out with my friends. So she came to LA.
Oh, that's so weird.
And stayed with, like, my buddy. Then went to Vegas and stayed with my buddy's ex-girlfriend. And then she, when she went to Florida, she, the person that she was mad at me for letting her make out with, hung out with her like at an event. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? mind you, I did not feel betrayed that she was talking to my friends.
It sounds like on purpose. It's like, you know what? I want him to know.
And I'm blocked, right? So the only reason I know this is because I see the pictures from my friends.
From your friends, yeah.
I was like, whoa, look at this. I was like, good thing I'm still in my 20s and I live in Vegas and I'll just take care of this with one night of going to fucking Tryst.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm done. You know, like I was on fire that time, though. So I was like, I was on fire back then. I was like super fit.
Yeah.
And I was like taking off my shirt every moment I got. I didn't.
This is a movie.
Yeah.
This is like one of those, man, what was that movie with, I think like Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn? I forget if it's the breakup. That's what this is. That's what this is. And they talk about like, dude, you know what's kind of weird though? It kind of feels like your friends chose her. They're like, we're keeping her.
Well, I don't know. You know, because it wasn't like.
How do you feel about that though? How do you feel about that when friends do that?
When they choose sides? It depends on the relationship, right? So, like for example,
not even when they choose sides. When they're just like, no, we like her so much that we're gonna keep her in the group.
Oh no,
we're just gonna figure out like,
yeah, you guys do that.
Because you know what's really weird is when there's an event and where both of you guys have to be there.
Yeah.
And so you have to kind of be. So you have to be kind of like the bigger person and be like, yeah, you know what? I don't care. It's not awkward.
Yeah, like unless there's like a pre-existing thing, right? Mm-hmm. Like my buddy, you know, she has like a best friend, and then the best friend decided to date her husband's best friend, and then.
But do you think your friends should have been like, hey, no, it's not cool?
I think they all did reach out to me, and I gave them permission.
Oh, okay. They were like, oh, okay.
You know.
Okay, so at that point it would be annoying.
Yeah, no. It's just her. It was kind of annoying just because of it. It wasn't. I didn't feel betrayed. I didn't care. I was slain at the time. I was like, you can have that. Whoever wants that, you know, like, whatever, you know.
How hard was it? Because how long did you live in Vegas for?
6 years.
Jeez. And how old were you around that time?
I moved there when I was 24 and I left like when I was 29.
Yeah. Dude, I'm just trying to picture being a single guy out of the Marines.
It was tough though. I'm not gonna lie to you because
I'm assuming you didn't have a lot of long-term relationships.
No, because
you could.
It was so hard, man. Honestly, to tell you the truth, because the locals there, the girls, they want a guy with money, you know, and there's like a hierarchy on like what job you have. So obviously you're in the service industry, right? Like servers, like unless you're a guy, so a guy has to be a busser and then a runner to be a server.
Okay.
That's like because you know you make money. A woman just has to be like good looking and then she's automatically a server, right? So then, for example, if I'm a busser and like the female server, she's not gonna want to date me because I'm a busser.
Yeah.
You know, the same thing with like bartending, right? Guys, they have to when you go apply, they're like, how long have you been a bar back? You know, and then they determine whether they're gonna, you know, and a girl can just like never bartended before and not know the difference between whiskey and you know,
and tequila. Yeah.
You know, and you're hot, boom, right?
I feel that's more a testament to guys.
Yeah.
Where they're like, believe me, honey, they don't give a fuck. You know, because guys are that dumb.
Yeah. So for me, I was never the guy, right? I was never the server and I was never the bartender, right? Because it's a really hard path there. Like, that's a big deal. It's like literally like being an actor in LA. It's you got to know somebody, you got to impress somebody, you got to be super good looking, you know. Yeah. So that path was difficult. So then I was kind of left out with locals. But I did have a lot of success with tourists. So the problem with tourists is, like, you got to be there, man. You fall out of like 2 weeks. Like, the texting gets old. You know? You know, like, we had a great night, you know, like, awesome. And then, like, texting and, hey, how's your day? And da-da-da. And you got to be present, right? It's just not going to work, especially if you met like that.
Yeah. You know, it's funny that I feel like, I think why that works with tourists is because, as opposed to the locals, is because tourists would just be like, oh my God, I met this guy. He said he can get us in at this club, right? Yes. And at that point, a busser can get you into the club, right?
That's
what they care about.
I can get you in, you know? I can get you in, you know? I know somebody.
Yeah.
Because I still, at the end, I was still like a friendly guy. I knew people just because. And they're like, oh, Rob's cool.
Yeah.
How many you got? 5? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? And tourists, and then there was even a method with that, right? Because you go to the club, and then there's like, I don't want this girl that's all over the the tables.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need you. I don't need this girl. You want the girl that's dancing because the girl that's dancing wants to have fun. That's what. So I don't like the clubs that don't have a dance floor. There's a lot of clubs where it's very like, okay, you get a table.
Yeah, and that's it, right? You just kind of dance in place, right?
No, I don't like that. I need the one with a dance floor because everyone that's dancing is there to have fun. I'm not here to freaking travel through a Minecraft of whatever is in your head. And, you know, and trick you like I have to be a mental ninja, you know, and.
There's nothing more annoying than meeting somebody that's like sitting at the table with their vodka Red Bull, and then you have to be like,
because it's happened to me, right?
And you have to like yell and like you're not going anywhere with this. Might as well go for the person that's dancing, right?
Yeah, like it's happened to me to the point where like I had a buddy, one of my good friends, he was a promoter, and you get a lot of free tables, and he's like, "Slob, come over, you know, I need guys." I was like, "All right, let's go." You know, pitch in for this bottle. It's basically free. You know, I was like, let's do it. Just we gotta tip the server like $200.
Wait, would you get bottles at kind of like retail price, or do you still have to pay this $800 for a bottle?
we get it free and then just tip the server out. That's it, right? So then we all pitch in so the server can walk out with like $200 or $100 or whatever, you know. And then we do that, and I've literally, man, it's so crazy. I've literally just stood there and like looked at girls, and they're like, and they're dancing with a guy, and they like leave the guy to come. Because of the table.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious? I mean, I'm not going to fight it. Like, come on through, you know? But, like, that's happened to me.
They've been in their heels for, like, 6 hours. And they look at that table like, yes, I can take my heels up and sit.
I remember this. Like, I remember, like, there was a girl dancing with a guy, and then she, like, looks at me, and I'm just like... And then she's like... that was it. I was like, holy shit. What's your name?
The power move.
Yeah.
Have a table.
So that was my issue, right? The hierarchy, right? And it really, it's like a thing in Vegas.
So what's so assuming bartender's kind of where you want to be at, or what's the one above? Where is there
those promoters? If you're a badass promoter, like if you're, because you could just be a regular promoter. You're on the street passing out. Yeah. But those promoters of the big club, those dudes make it like if you're at the Win, like whatever club's at the Win, or like Hakkasan, like the club that's popping, and like a pool one too, because to me the pool was a lot more. It was better for me because you know what, in the club it's gonna be like a money show, right? So then the pool is like the ultimate equalizer, right? Because what it is like, all right, you can see I don't have money, but do you want to have sex with me or do you want to have sex with that guy? Yeah. You know, I mean, go ahead. I mean, whoever is gonna feel better.
Yeah. Oh.
That was the ultimate equalizer, right? The pool.
Now I know.
I was like, we're already
avoid the pool.
We're already kind of naked. Yeah. We're already kind of naked.
Yeah.
Like, you know what you're gonna get, you know. And that's what I liked, going to the pool. And then it was perfect because then you even go take a nap. And then wake up at 11, go to the club at 12. And that was my routine.
Where does the security guard land in that hierarchy?
Not very high. I was a security guard. I'll tell you
really?
That. Yeah, that was my first job in Vegas.
What?
I was a security guard at the high.
I would say that he'd be high because he can let you in or not.
Well, the door guy he has a little pool.
Okay. So there's difference between. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So there's security guards like within the club, right? Yeah. Which like not that much. But what about the door guy?
The door guy has. He wants to make money. Like, you're the door guy, you're there to make money, you know?
Which means you run a hustle with the door.
Yeah, and it's like, you're not supposed, you can get fired for it, you know? So you got to do it.
You can get fired for a lot of things. Yeah. It doesn't mean you're not going to do it.
And so the door guy is really there to make money, and you meet girls, and, you do your thing. Yeah. It's about how you do it. There's a lot of guys that my buddy's a good door guy, hustler. And he's like, man, a lot of guys suck at this. Yeah. They call all the time. And I tell them to be patient. Don't fucking transfer the money right here. Just meet up at the bar and then we'll break each other off. And some people just get greedy. At the same time, the door guy's gonna be a big guy.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna be a door guy.
Yeah. Oh, it always has to be.
They have like a height thing, like just.
Oh really?
Yeah. Or it's just like an imposing. Thing. But
I don't know, man. Nowadays with MMA.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you don't know any better, right? If you don't look in somebody's ears. I was like, that guy's been on his bag more than a TJ Hooker.
Yeah.
Chill. Chillax.
Oh, you know what? That's a good tell. Never fuck with a guy with fucked up ears.
Oh, no. It don't matter. It doesn't even matter if he's not a striker. The simple fact that he's okay with getting hit in the face and going down with you, like, you better know what you're doing. Because on the ground, like, you better have a good knockout. Like, you got,
I feel most people are not okay with being hit in the face.
Yeah. Yeah, unless a guy that with the ears like that, I'm sure his face has been mangled. Even that, because you don't get ears like that without something touching your face. It's gonna happen.
So I'm sure living in Vegas, you must have seen some pretty crazy things.
Man, I've seen like celebrities cheat on their wives.
I don't think that's crazy. Like people hooking up. I'm talking about crazy shit.
Crazy?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. What is crazy? Like, what is like...
I'll tell you what I don't think crazy is. Oh my God, I caught these people having sex on the dance floor. Boring, right?
Yeah. What would be crazy?
Stabbings, shootings.
Oh, you know what, man? In my
cannibalism.
Time, that's a new thing. Vegas was fairly safe. That's a new thing.
Have you ever witnessed cannibalism?
No. That's a new thing, man. Like how dangerous Vegas has gotten.
Somebody sneaking a baby in a club.
No.
Because he couldn't find a sitter.
You know what people used to do, though?
What?
They used to, there was a water park called Wet n Wild in Vegas. And they shut it down because people would go and just leave their kids and go gamble for hours. Yeah. And they're like, we got to shut
What's the
this
difference
down.
between that and leaving your kids at Circus? Nothing. It's the same fucking thing.
It's different because...
If anything, as a kid, I would have enjoyed being left at Wet n Wild more than at Circus like my parents did.
Well, the quality of Circus is where the security guards are walking around with revolvers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty dangerous.
Oh, dude. So, years ago, one of our friends, Javi, right? So, Javi used to work for a record label magazine, right? And he used to work with the band Filter. Do you know who that is? They do the song like, "Hey, man, nice shot."
Okay, yeah.
It's like in every war movie or something like that.
Yeah.
So he calls me up. He's like, "Hey, thisisclos, dude, I have to go in and work the merch booth with Filter. You want to come through?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm not doing anything that weekend." So he's like, "Yeah, we got the room and everything. Like, dude, it's." I'm like, "Dude, free trip to Vegas? Why the fuck not?"
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, might as well. And so we go there, and the record label puts us in. I forget what hotel, but we share a room, and it was such a blast, man. We get we're doing the merch booth. And afterwards, Filter, the band, comes by and is like, "Oh, thanks so much, dudes. So appreciate it. Why don't we, this is after the show. Everybody go freshen up and, let's go party, right?" Mind you, this is in maybe mid 2000s, early 2000s. The height, I think, of their career was probably the 90s.
Oh, okay.
Right? And so, we were at the Palms, I think.
Oh,
that was where it was at. By the way, do you know it's closing?
Yeah, I believe it. Because the Palm is always bankrupting and then back. Bankrupting and back. I don't think the Maloofs own it anymore.
Who?
The Maloof brothers.
Oh, I don't know.
They're
I don't know that kind of Vegas stuff.
Yeah, so they're always doing... The Hard Rock is closing too.
I thought it closed already.
Oh.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite places because
because that's my first job.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the best.
Oh, actually, I think that this story leads there. So anyway, we're staying at the Palms, and then he's like, "Oh, hey man, this band called Stabbing Westward is playing at the Hard Rock. Let's go there first." I don't think.
Joint.
Yeah, the joint. So we go over there. So we're hanging out with Filter, this '90s band, and we're watching Stabbing Westward, another '90s band, and hanging out. And then afterwards, he's like, "All right, dudes, fuck it, let's go back to Ghost Bar, which is at the Palms, right?
At the top, you gotta,
Yeah. So we go there, and we got our own booth, and it's just a bunch of dudes hanging out, and they bring us bottles and all this and all that. And there's these group of girls, and they're coming over. I was like, "Oh shit, Javi, we're about to experience hanging out with rock stars. Fuck yes, let's do this." And they're like, "Oh, hi guys. So sorry to bother you." I'm like, there we go. "Do you mind taking pictures of us?" I was like, "Ah!" Of course not, because they're like, they don't even. These girls are like 21.
Yeah,
they
they
have
don't
no
know.
idea. You know what I mean? And they just started busting out laughing. But anyway, had a blast with them. Great freaking people. And so afterwards, next day's checkout, and we're like, dude, like, because we got paid for doing the merch stuff. Nice. So we're like, dude, should we stay here like just another day and gamble, again, party?
Extra one, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, all right, let's not waste all our money. Fuck the hotel, because we're just gonna go sleep. Let's see what's available. Circus, $25 a night, because it's a Monday at this point.
You know what was a sneaky good one too was the Motel 6 across from the MGM. Now it's expensive.
I think I probably would have rather stayed at the Motel 6. Dude, it looks like it was a former prison
it's so bad
that they
there.
turned into a hotel.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It was like, I don't know. Did you watch the Lisa Lam thing?
Yeah.
Where they're talking about the Cecil Hotel?
Yeah.
It was basically that, but flat. Where it's just like, you'd walk into...
It wasn't 15 stories.
Yeah, and this is the thing that should tell you whether you're at a good hotel or not.
My parents stayed there once. Okay, I know.
No,
exactly
in the
what you're
80s, I stayed there, and I remember just like, yay, video games, clown, like, oh. So when my buddy was like, let's stay at the Circus, I was like, oh, I think that's fine, whatever. But I think that what should tell you the quality of hotel that you're staying at is if they don't give you a card, but they give you an actual key. That should be the fucking tell that you're about to stay in a very dangerous spot where you're going to have to move over fucking crackheads.
With swamp coolers, right? There's a swamp cooler, no AC.
Yeah. And then like the bed too, when it's a spring bed, with like those, like, why wouldn't you at least change the comforters to something modern? They still had like the 70s.
My parents visited me in 2007. It was still that bad.
Yeah. Oh shit. Really?
Yeah. When I first moved to Vegas, I did it like a crazy. I was like, I'm leaving, guys. And then my parents were like, why? I just don't want to be in Chicago anymore. Like I feel like I'm stagnant. Everybody's getting married and buying houses. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
And so I just went to Vegas with a buddy. Anyways, fast forward, my parents came to visit me, and the internet wasn't as what it is today. So they did what they could, and they found a spot at Circus, and I remember taking them there. And I was like, I've never been, because I myself haven't even traveled down that way. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh yeah, because that's now like at the very end. Like, is that even considered the Strip anymore? Or?
It's still the Strip. It's still on Las Vegas, right? Las Vegas Boulevard. But that's not where I hang out, My party is the other way.
Yeah.
So then, like, I was like, Mom, what is this? She's like, I don't know, mijo. It's like, we came with the kids, so we're like, maybe it's good for the kids. It's like, oh, let's not. Like, stay in my apartment like as long as you can.
Well, dude, like the part is that so depressing is that you go into the tent, and I remember it as a kid where it was like it felt like a circus carnival.
Yeah.
And you go there and the lights are all dim, they're kind of like flickering. The people working they're like carnies, like full on. They're just like like one teeth and like in a hunchback, and they're just like, you want to play, kid? Shit. Come on, play, kid.
American Horror Story.
Yeah,
that one season.
That was a trash season.
Yeah, but I mean, at least the characters were that of.
Yeah, but it was fucking never again.
Vegas, man. Vegas is good. I mean, what it is with Vegas is like you can't abuse her, right? Because they'll treat you like an ex-wife, right? If you're good to her, then you're straight.
If I had an ex-wife, I would treat her very good.
If you abuse her, she's gonna take you for everything you got.
Oh, okay.
Everything you got, and she'll always win.
Only in California.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe in other states too.
But I mean, I did my thing right. I had a good time there. Ironically, I wanted to leave within maybe a year and a half. But then I had when I started going to college there. That was my third time transferring credits, and I'm so done transferring credits because I'm losing time. This college doesn't accept this, and this college is like, man, that's like a whole semester. I was like, I'm not leaving this place until I fucking graduate.
Yeah,
I'm not leaving. That's it. I committed. And that's why I stayed as long as I did. Because then after I graduated, I a year later, I was trying to build up money, and it was really hard to build up money because I wasn't the man. I was still just a bar porter, or it was really tough to break through.
How does it feel when you go back now? Because I mean, So this weekend, actually, you know what's funny? This is the first time that we go to Las Vegas together.
Oh, it is, huh?
Yeah. And it's funny because, we've done Palm Springs, we've done Baja, Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
It only made sense. I mean, what's
Vegas.
next? Like New Orleans, maybe do Miami or something like that.
Yeah.
And
but this Vegas trip was different because we didn't go to my old
because we're all old.
Well, no, because
I'm
pretty sure I would have time traveled if like everything was normal.
I think you did a little bit.
I time traveled my first day, Saturday, but in my defense, I did last a long time because my other friend was like pushing water on me. He's like, Robbie, I don't need you to die already. Like,
your friends were dope, by the way.
Thanks.
I know we were there for my birthday, and it was just like a small group. But you bringing them, like, kind of like brought a whole different energy around, and they're locals.
So it's like, help me, because like, where else can we do? Because I'm officially like a Californian, like, 50 degrees is freezing for me, like I haven't been in Vegas, I haven't lived there in so long, like. I didn't see anybody I knew besides my friends. Yeah. That's how I know I'm not from there anymore. Because before, anywhere I went, downtown or the strip, I would run into somebody. Like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I feel I feel that downtown is way funner than
it was good.
The strip, because I feel like the strip is maybe like a young people,
especially for our age. It was
because it's like they have all the clubs, right, all the pools and all that shit, right.
And downtown has got bars. This is the situation that we're in right now. If all those bars are generally all open, you saw how chill it is. That's how it is, it's packed chill. Like, oh fuck, So downtown is straight. Like, it's cool. Yeah. It's just the vibe you want. And then they have First Friday. So the first Friday of every month, things like... You know
what's cool, too, though, is because how do you do Vegas with COVID? But I felt like the security guard was really good on, like, first of all, make sure you fucking wear your mask. And on the casino floor, like, they were, like, hounding people. Like, even, like, if you pulled it down a little bit, like, wear your fucking mask.
Because they want to work.
Yeah. And that's when I was talking to... at the table to one of the dealers, I'm like, hey, it must suck, right? Because they're like double mask, and she's like, but it beats not working.
Yeah, man, right? They're struggling. Like, I remember when it first hit, when at the very beginning, like, sometimes luckily my buddies had enough money saved because they make money, so the hierarchy fixed itself in a sense, and we're like, all my friends are finally the guy. They're bartenders. Right?
Oh, okay.
But then boom, yeah, you're bartending, but you're not working.
Yeah.
So they luckily had made enough money to survive this whole freaking, it's like a year, and thank God for that.
What kind of sucks though is that, you have to, they have to, these, casino moguls, you rake in so much fucking money. Come on, you could take care of your people for a bit.
I think the Wynn did for like the first 3 months or something.
Oh, really? Like,
yeah, the Wynn was like paying like its employees for like the first 3 months. But
even without them.
Yeah, but then they're like, oh, well, you were trying to do a year? Hold up. Wait a minute, you guys.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, politics. What you trying to do over here? We're being nice, but not like that. Because I think Mark Cuban did something similar as well.
Yeah, he kept people on payroll.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I was like super blessed that I was in the industry that continued working, because that was not my plan when I got my job.
Yeah,
like the healthcare job. I was like, I need a job. I was just over. I was over like not knowing how I was gonna pay my rent. All right, I pay my rent.
Oh my gosh, Rob, how does it feel? The fact that people can tell you thank you for your service, for giving America freedom and giving freedom to
the double whammy.
To Afghanistan or wherever you went, and also thank you for your service as a healthcare worker. I didn't see any TikTok videos with you though.
Oh man,
you're fucking.
I was working, man. Yeah. I was for real working. It was hectic because of I just follow what the procedure or the protocol that the hospital. I say, hey, we're gonna do it like this. It's like, all right, now we gotta switch our shit up. I was pretty busy, and then once we got a rhythm and rhyme, you know what I did? I made sure, as a leader, that I did not make my guys do anything I wouldn't do.
Yeah,
and I would tell them, hey, don't you freaking dare go in that COVID room. I would actually go in there sometimes because like if the mattress wasn't working, and like some nurses. They're not understanding what I'm saying. I was like, let me just go in there, and I just, and then I go in there, and I do it, and I don't do what I just did. You know? Don't do what I just did. You know, and
whatever happened to lead by example?
Hey, I'm just, you know, I'm trying to. This guy's dying though. You know, the patient is like, you know, he's dying and he's uncomfortable, and I was like, man, this guy died better.
Yeah,
you know, I just go in there and I fix the mattress. Boom. I get like phone calls, and then like, hey, the nurse is telling me to go in there to pull the mattress, but there's like 5 COVID patients. Like, oh no, you're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Do you want me to tell? Yeah, I'll tell the nurse right now. Like, she's not going in there. That's not what we do.
Yeah.
You're gonna, as long as move everybody out, or you figure out what I'm telling you to how to move that bed.
Now, did your protocols change like as like time went by? Because you know, one of the things you know, I'm sure when COVID hit is nobody knows really what's going on, how to do it, but like. Eventually, month 9, you get your rhythm. Like, okay, this is how we do it, so that way everybody's safer.
So there's like things where like, hey, this is the COVID area, right? But then the hospital started doing some dumbass shit, like where there'd be a door it's wide open, and you know we go into the rooms to do our rounds, to check the mattress if it's functioning, it's on the right setting, da da da. Then I walk out, and it's like, Robert, that patient is COVID positive, and I was like. What the fuck is the door open for?
Yeah.
And why is he not in that area? And why is there no sign? Like, and he's like, oh, we can't put signs. Like, I'm not saying a sign saying this guy's got COVID, but there's a sign called airborne motherfucking caution.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, you can't put signs like that?
You can. So I don't know what is going on. So basically what we had to change is like, you have to treat every patient as a COVID patient.
Yeah.
So what sucks is that you're wearing the N95 and you got a double mask. And it's just like... and it was tough, right? Because a lot of times, this is people's first time facing adversity.
Oh, okay.
You know, my employees, nurses, and so the way they're reacting is it's
like this is the first time them dealing with like real shit, right?
Like even like it's even worse when you haven't even played sports, right? Because at least an athlete would like, okay, let me just try to fix his mind, right? But so you know, even the people that haven't played sports is like, fuck. You know, I was like, hey, this is a game plan, right? Like, da-da-da-da.
You know, it's funny, not to get you off track, but one of my buddies, right, he was telling me the story about he was at the grocery store, right? And so the cashier, right, pretty young dude, he was just kind of went off on a little rant, like with the person in front of him. He's like, you know what? These people right here, they don't fucking get like how hard this job is, you know. Cashier at a grocery store, you know, it's like you have to memorize like barcodes, and then like you like, you know, you're here for like 4 hours before you get a break, and like you don't know. I'm like, I did that job like at 15.
Because then, you know, because then it goes what is hard to you, right?
Yeah.
So for example, like I made this argument one time with like fast food, right? Because everybody gets mad at fast food, this and that. I was like, well, listen up.
Oh, like as a customer?
Yeah, like. And everybody looks down on it, right? And I've never worked fast food, but I have worked a restaurant, and I know like the fast food is the downgrade of the restaurant. But can you imagine like always dealing with drunk people, regardless of the holiday? There's no holidays. It's Tuesday, you know?
Yeah. And
so like dealing with that person all the time, and then fast food is cheaper, so you're gonna deal with that type of people that can afford like a $1.50 burger.
You know, I feel like the cheaper the food is, the more demanding people are.
Oh fuck. Let me see your name. I'm gonna tell corporate.
Yeah,
it's not gonna go. Bug is gonna give you a rebate or whatever.
Yeah, because you didn't give me ketchup. Sorry.
And then that fucking poor kid is like, all right, I'm learning that people suck.
Though it does bother me because look, I'm not proud of it, but during COVID, I feel that I've eaten more at McDonald's than ever in my whole entire life.
Fuck, bro. And Jack in the Box.
But how? How is it that I order chicken nuggets and I put it in the app, you know, da-da-da. By the way, what's your go-to for sauce for chicken nuggets?
I do barbecue and sweet and sour.
Oh, maybe this is why we're friends. I do barbecue, sweet and sour, and hot mustard.
Ooh, hot mustard's good.
Yeah, I dip all three. So anyway, I put all that stuff. And, you know, the very nice delivery person brings it to me, and I'm looking forward to it because this is at 3:00 in the morning. Yes. No sauce.
Oh, my God. I'll lose my shit.
Yeah.
The sauce. I'll fucking hold up the line when I'm in the drive-thru, and I know there's a line. I don't give a fuck. I'm not leaving. I need my sauce. And there's times where I don't sip my soda and I fuck up because by the time I get home, the soda's flat. It's like, whatever, I got my sauce.
Yeah. This is how good of a person I am. If I got an order of chicken nuggets, right? Oh, look, they said they put no sauce. I'm going to think for them like, you know what? This seems awfully suspicious that somebody would order chicken nuggets and no sauce. I'm going to throw some sauce in there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Why? Because I want that person to be like, oh, fuck, I forgot. I didn't put sauce. Oh, look at this person.
But
who is this employee?
That's Carlos in his first month at McDonald's.
That's true.
You know, it changes, man.
Yeah, it's true because afterwards you're like, oh, this motherfucker put no sauce.
Yeah.
This fucking idiot didn't put fucking sauce. You know what? Fuck that. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm taking one chicken nugget away.
Yeah. Oh, you know, I don't know when I stopped counting, but I know for a long time I always counted. I don't know when I stopped counting. I can't pinpoint the time that I stopped counting how many nuggets I got, but I remember I always counted.
Yeah.
My mom used to embarrass me like that. My mom, I remember being a kid and we go to Popeyes, and we ordered like I don't know how many fucking pieces of chicken, and she would straight like get the order, sit there and count every piece of chicken, and I'm just like, fuck, mom, come on. Or like we'll go to, I guess to the mall, and then she'll try to lower the price of the item because she's so used. She's like, oh, that's how we do it in Colombia. I was like, well, this is not Colombia, but she's used to like going to this place called like the Mega Mall. It's not there anymore, but it was kind of like what is like a market? What is that called? What's that market that it's like anyways, right there you can always like haggle the price. So everywhere she went, she thought she could like haggle the price, and it was so like embarrassing.
The swap meet.
Yeah.
A bazaar.
like Iraq. The bazaar was the shit. But yeah, I mean, I don't remember when I stopped counting my chicken nuggets, but I did. I'm gonna say at least this last year I didn't count. I should start counting.
You know what's another thing that bothers me is when I am behind somebody at a I would say McDonald's or Jack in the Box,
and they don't know what they want.
Yes, when they're like
the most famous restaurant
give me a
in the
second.
World.
I'm like, this cannot be the first time that you've ordered this. Everybody has a go-to, right?
Absolutely.
I could see whether you're in your car, and plus you have time, right? Where you're like, oh, you know what? Do I feel like chicken nuggets today? Or do I feel like going with my Big Mac order? Or do I feel like going with my double cheeseburger? So within the car, you're kind of contemplating what you usually order. But hold on, let me take a look. Come on, how do you not know?
But then you go to McDonald's, it's like, I feel like McDonald's. What do you feel at McDonald's? You know, but the thing is, it's literally the most famous restaurant in history. In freaking history. And the fact that you're sitting there not knowing what you want fucking kills me.
Yeah.
Because you're there, obviously, you're there to get in and out.
Yeah.
You know? That's what people go there for. Okay. Yeah. I just want this done now. It's fast food. But you're not making it fast now. You know? That's super aggravating. The other places, I get it, right? Like places that are not too popular.
I was going to say maybe Jack in the Box also, like, because it's very specific, right?
Yeah. But Jack in the Box has a variety of things. Like, they're always switching it up.
I think Taco Bell too might be one of those areas. It's a problem. It's the restaurants that like have something new all the time. You know, that I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know this menu. But
it was pretty pointless at Olive Garden because people just ordered like 3 things.
All right, let me try to guess it. Let me try to guess the 3 things 2 people order at Olive Garden. Tour of Italy.
Okay.
Fettuccine Alfredo.
Kinda. You're close there.
And lasagna.
It's chicken Alfredo, not just fettuccine.
Oh, God. Yeah. You know what I meant.
Oh, you know...
wait. Take off lasagna. Okay, so...
Yeah,
Tour of Italy, chicken Alfredo, and the soup and salad with breadsticks.
Yeah, that's their number 1.
Really?
Their soup and the little combo, the little lunch combo, whatever. That's their shit, man. People cannot get enough of the bread and the soup and the salad. And
dude, I get Alfredo sauce's dipping sauce for that.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite part, not my favorite, but what I found so funny is when people were like, can I get fresh bread? It's the same fucking batch. All right. It's just this is warmer. You know, like when they sit there and they talk and they didn't eat their bread and then now it's cold. They're like, "Can I get fresh bread?" Like,
do you just dump it back in the warmer and then like?
Yeah. I was like, "Here you go, man. Here's the same fucking batch I just made."
Do they come in like frozen bags and then they just kind of dump them? Because I feel like
I don't think they're frozen. They come like kind of doughy. All they do is they put it in the oven because it's already kind of made.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you do have to cook them. Like you do have to like kind of bake them.
Yeah.
And then they pull them out and they just.
Yeah, because it's how all those places keep consistency, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, the breadsticks at the Downey one tastes the same as the one in Cerritos or whatever.
But there's not like a guy back there just looking at it, making it puffs up,
going freaking like, oh, bread.
You know, and it's so funny to me when they're always like, "Can I get fresh bread?" I was like, "This shit is all right, whatever, man.
Yeah.
I guess you just want it warm, you know." And then like when you get the soup and they're like, "Hey, this one didn't have enough chicken or little gnocchi balls. Can I get one with all gnocchi?" It's like, I'm not doing that, man. It's a giant thing of soup. You get a ladle, and it's like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Because
their soup is good.
Yeah,
their soup is good.
That was good hangover.
Which
food.
is the one with the potatoes? Toscana? Is that it?
Sopa Toscana.
Yeah, that shit's good.
Like that was good hangover food, right? Because I was partying quite a bit back then as well. So you just wake up, go to work, and you get that soup, the fascioli. I get the fascioli because all the meat. Yeah. Boom, 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 and like, all right, I'm good. Let's do this.
Dude, I remember very, very clearly. 2001. Carlos went for an interview at the Olive Garden in Downey.
Oh, mine.
Yeah.
That one's the busiest one.
They
I don't
said,
know about today.
Unfortunately, sir, you don't have enough experience.
What?
Yeah. So ever since then, I lied on my resume about being a server, and then I fucking landed like 4 other ones.
That's what doesn't matter. Yeah, that's what I did here.
Yeah.
Because, the hierarchy in Vegas didn't allow me to be the guy. So I come to LA, and I'm like, fuck. I did like the busing. I did like my very first job was like a runner busser. I was like, okay, cool. Dude, I made like $300 that month. I was like, I'm not going to make it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have to put server everywhere. And then because it's not like Vegas. Vegas has like a...
that's one of the things that always bothered me about that industry, where they're like, oh, unfortunately, you don't have enough experience. I'm like, this job's not hard.
I have a fucking college degree. I can do this.
I can figure it out. I mean, it is hard, but it's not hard to figure out. Yeah. It's like, give me a couple days and I got this. Ooh, memorize.
Let me shadow somebody.
Yeah, I just memorize freaking items and all this stuff, tables and shit like that.
I'm not cooking it, right?
Yeah, don't be an asshole to people. As a matter of fact, the biggest thing is that you got to be able to fucking have patience, if anything, right?
You have to have a short memory, like a quarterback. I was like, all right, let's not judge this table on the last table.
My favorite thing, and this is why I think that everybody should work in this at some point. It should be, how like different countries are like, oh, as soon as you hit 18, you have to join the military duty.
Or police, right?
Yeah, you have to do some sort of retail customer service restaurant.
You have to know how to act when you go out.
Because my favorite thing is like, all right, everybody's good. Okay, is there anything else I can get you at the meantime? No, I think we're good. Ketchup, ranch, what? You guys are good? Yeah, no problem. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Hi. Actually, can I bother you for some ketchup? No problem. I got you.
I have a buddy. I'll not say his name.
Hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
Bring the ketchup. All right. Are we good? Anything else that you need?
Another one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're, specifically when I had mentioned ranch already, and then they're like, excuse me, I am so sorry. Anyway, we can get some ranch. I'm like,
kills me.
And then what do? Ranch, ketchup, mustard, Cholula, Tapatio, Tabasco. See you.
I punish them. I punish them. I just don't. I bring it
because I just want them to know. They're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I have a buddy that used to do that, right? And I lived with him, and then it was like he always ordered ranch, right? But he would always order it after the food came out. So then, like, he would order his food, and I'd like, ask for ranch. Do not make that person bring out the food, and then you ask for that ranch, and then go. That's 2 trips. You're wasting that person's time. Ask for ranch, and he's like, okay. Because his thing was always that. Like, he would always just order his food and then ask for ranch. I was like, dude, why don't you just do it at the same time? They're writing it down.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Ranch is like that one ingredient that I think separates restaurants. And what I mean by that is I've worked at restaurants where that's a staple, right? Ranch. Oh, fries, ranch. Hamburger, ranch. And then I've worked at restaurants where the chef is like, we do not, absolutely do not by any means serve ranch here.
Oh, wow.
This is not that kind of restaurant, right? And I think as you go up the chains in restaurants, because, you work at like Olive Garden, right? But then you can work at some super fancy restaurant, Italian restaurant in downtown LA by some celebrity chef, right? And they do that shit, right? And you buy into that. You're like, we don't serve ranch at this restaurant. Why don't you go back to Olive Garden on your date, right? But the more that I've worked at those restaurants, I'm like, this is fucking stupid. You know what? If these people who are willing to, spend their night here, spend their money, and tip me freaking $60, which I don't deserve for bringing you food.
$60, man.
Well, at those fancy, stupid restaurants where like the bill's like $350.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If they want fucking ranch for a $300 meal, fucking make that shit from scratch and give them fucking ranch, right?
Yeah.
This also leads to my love and hate relationship with those like Top Chef shows and like.
Oh, I never watched those.
Those things where there's a judge, right?
Yeah.
Like Chopped. Chopped is one of those, right? Where it's like, oh, like in the bag, you get like a fucking shoe, a Coke can, black licorice, a fucking black chicken, and quail eggs. Make something off of it,
Okay.
right?
All right.
And these people fucking hustle because they got like 10 minutes to fucking make it. And like, they make it out of something, right? And they're just like, what you did with the black licorice and the quail eggs, there's just not enough depth to it. And I'm like, I want this show to go somewhere in like a third world country,
right?
Where kids are, digging through trash to get food.
Yeah.
It's like, there's something really fucking wrong about that.
Because, there's stuff that doesn't taste good, like that fucking White Castle we had at Vegas.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, that was so gross.
No, it's good.
Man, you know what's funny?
Oh, wait. How did we start this conversation? I wasn't even that drunk that night, which is why that did not taste good. Hey, that's the key element to it. That's a key element to White Castle.
That's what it was. I wasn't that drunk that night.
Yeah.
And then you were like, oh, let's get White Castle. I was like, all right, it's your birthday. Let's go get White Castle. And then we get White Castle. And then, I'm from Chicago, so I've had it. But, man, and I remember now when I tasted it, it's like, this is why I didn't have it too much. And nonetheless, I'm starving. I'm eating it. And we're walking down, and there was like a portion of the strip where you couldn't walk by without your mask.
By the way, here's the thing. You actually have to fill me in a lot on that night. Okay.
It was
Tom Brady went to Super Bowl, and then we decided to walk down Fremont and then find like a couple bars.
Yeah, and a lot of them were closed.
Yeah. Because Sunday or not. Yeah.
Let's walk back. So then we walked back, and then we're like, fuck it, let's just get some drinks and regroup. So we got some drinks. We were drinking.
I remember when I went into a bar, and I was like, everybody, I'm Joe Biden, and I'm here to help. And everybody's like, bah! Remember that?
Oh, at the Griffin.
Yeah, the Griffin. Yeah.
So yeah, we recouped at the casino, and then my two buddies, my one buddy got off work, and my other buddy met us up.
Yeah.
And then we were like, all right, fuck it, let's go to the only open bar. So we went to the Griffin, and we stood there and chilled as long as it stayed open. And then that was good. It was like a real bar.
Yeah.
And then
Felt weird.
yeah, because they still separated us. Right?
Yeah.
It was only 3 people here and 3 people here, and then whenever there was 4, he's like, hey man, it's 4 of you.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Is COVID still gonna jump?
Yeah.
It still jumps over the fire pit.
Yeah.
And then they closed. We went down the strip. That's when you were like, let's get some fucking White Castle. I was like, all right, let's go get White Castle.
What a fucking dumb idea.
And then I was like contemplating how many, right? I was like, who's gonna eat? And then my buddy was like, get that Crave case. He's like, I'm not gonna get no fucking 30 White Castles, And then I'll just get the one under that. So we got the one under that. We're eating it, and it was so bad. All of us had a hard time eating it, like except for my buddy Julian and you. You guys loved it, right? And we're like, oh my god, but I'm hungry. Haven't eaten in like 6-7 hours.
You know what I'm pissed off about, and I kind of blame you, obviously being the sober one, is that the whole weekend I am saying I want my fucking $4.99 prime rib, and you never fucking took me to that shit.
Yeah, we just didn't make it, man. It just, just alcohol gets in the way. And then the funniest part,
alcohol should have been a motivator for freaking $4.99 prime rib.
$4.99 prime rib. I think someone said it was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But so there was like a portion of the strip where,
by the way, again, the factor to that is going to be the level of alcohol that you have in your body on how good that is.
The steak?
Yeah, the prime rib, yeah.
No, I think people that sober that have had it say that it's good.
Yeah.
Well, it depends what they.
It depends what they know.
Yeah,
depends what they know.
And so you had to have your mask on. They're like, "Excuse me, if you walk over here, you have to have your mask on." Like, even though I was like, "Okay," and you were eating your White Castle, and then we're all like in there, and so we're waiting for you, and you're like, "All right." You started like nibbling it like a little squirrel. And it was like
because they're cute little burgers. You gotta eat them like that.
But it was almost like you wanted to be like spiteful to her.
Oh, I wanted to be an asshole.
I'm gonna take my time.
Oh, I might have been. I might have been spiteful.
But I was like, the only person you're holding up is us. Yeah. she's
like good. Yeah. Less people in here.
And then you did it like you would eat around it too. Like it was like, what are you doing?
No. I think there was probably maybe like 7% of spitefulness because I hate being told what to do. I hate being told what to do in general. And then you get some liquor in me. And then like that, remember when I went up, we went to that Filipino bar. And then I go up to the band that's playing. And I'm like, hey, can we do karaoke? And then the guy with the little, he got mad. Yeah. And the whole time I'm just like, I'm just looking. I'm like, fuck you.
But it was weird because it's a karaoke bar. And I've been there during COVID. And it was karaoke.
Yeah.
And then, so that's why we went there. And then all of a sudden it's, no, because of COVID. I was like, I was here a couple months ago. It was fine. It was COVID was worse.
So there already been 7% of spitefulness. But I think the 93% is like that it's a tiny little burger. And I'm like,
it was.
I pretend I'm a tiny little squirrel and I'm just eating it like,
and then
I enjoyed it more. Maybe that's why you didn't like it.
Oh, I didn't.
You had to eat it a certain way.
It was bad, man. And it really jacked me up the next day. I was hurting. I was in that bathroom like a bunch of times.
You may have intestinal issues.
Because of the White Castle?
This is twice that we've had. You talked about Hooters, wings.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. White Castle.
No, but you just got to identify what does that to you. Because I have Hooters wings and I'll be fine.
Maybe it was the combination of booze and bad food.
Well, you know what I noticed now that you think about it? It's whenever I'm like on a healthy tip and then I start eating junk, poof. So at that time when I was like with that girl, I was in great shape. And then had the Hooters, poof. And then before coming to Vegas, the whole like week and a half, I was like killing it, like working out and eating like well. And then we had that White Castle, and man, I was fucking hurting. I'm like, fuck. I was like, how am I so hurting? Like I didn't get trashed Sunday. I did get trashed Saturday. It could have been the back to back getting drunk. You know, I can't double Miami it anymore.
But overall, did we have a good time on Sunday?
Absolutely.
Because I called it a night at a certain point, right?
No, you didn't, man. We had to tell you to call it a night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
you guys are good friends.
So we were walking down the strip, and it was the little light show. It was really cool. I wish someone had recorded this because myself
on Fremont.
Yeah. So it was like myself, Julian.
Oh, we didn't do the zip line.
Yeah. We started dancing, like walking, like it was really cool. And then you were up in the front with like Shane.
Oh, okay.
Like you were just like, we're going to the casino. I was like, all right, we're going to. And like me, Nida, and Julian were like dancing, like doing stupid shit. It was like it looked like it was choreographed. And I was like, damn it, I wish they would have recorded us. And then we were in the casino, and you were out of it, and you wanted to keep on, and I had to be like, hey man, maybe you should just take a nap,
Yeah.
And you're like, nah. I was like, all right. And then like eventually like you agreed. So you have to, obviously, because when someone's drunk, you don't tell them what to do.
Yeah. You just kind of like, let's just lead up on this way. Yeah.
So I walked you to your room. I made sure you was good.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, what a guy.
I walked you to your room, and then your phone was there. You didn't have your phone the whole day.
Really? Oh, that's even for the best.
Yeah. You didn't have your phone the whole day.
Because, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, how I know I've grown up a bit or matured a bit. Well, no, grown up. Or maybe just getting older. Is that I've done several Vegas trips now and haven't lost my phone. Yeah.
When you start trying to take
you know what? After the Super Bowl, I think I went up to the room or something like that.
Yeah, and that's when.
And then I was like, oh,
yeah, because I know you were in contact with people.
Yeah.
Like before, right? And then after the Super Bowl, you went to the room, and then that's when we were like, all right, let's do this. Let's go look for some bars and this and that.
Yeah.
I remember because when I opened your door, I saw your phone. Charging.
And so you tucked me in, put me asleep, give me a kiss on the forehead, told me sweet dreams.
Yeah, and so then
then what did you guys do?
So then we went downstairs.
How did you guys fuck it? See, to be young, Rob. Enjoy it.
Oh, I made sure I had a good bread base.
Yeah.
Had a lot of pizza.
You know?
Yeah.
That pizza was good.
Yeah, and then I paced myself because I did get trashed. I get like embarrassed now that I'm older, like when I black out. Okay. Because I get scared. It's like, what did I do?
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, all right, pace yourself, man. Don't get stupid. So that's what happened. And the good thing is during the Super Bowl, we didn't have cocktails. We had beer. Mm-hmm. Beer, it took forever.
Yeah. And it was like Miller Lite or something like that. So
that's how I was able to last. At the fucking Griffin, though, I was having like old fashions. And that's when I was like starting to.
Yeah.
I was getting in the DeLorean.
Yeah.
Like, all right, here we go.
Sloppy Bobby coming out.
And then that walk sobered me up. And then we were like,
that's all. It was chilly too. That helps. Yeah.
And so then, we were like, oh, let's go to the strip club, right? Mm-hmm. So then what happened was, our buddy, she didn't want to go because she had an early flight and this and that. And
that takes a lot of discipline to party it up Super Bowl Sunday, right? And my birthday, and then know that you have a flight like at 8:00 in the morning. You have to have a lot of confidence in yourself to know that you're gonna make that flight.
Dude, she tricked us like nobody's mad about it, but like we stood at that bar at the casino for hours. And then we look and it's like 4 a.m. It's like I was like, oh man, the strip club.
Yeah.
Dude. And she's like, oh, da 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 da. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I want to go.
Dude, I was because I think you guys had mentioned it before, and I was like, yeah, I haven't done strip club in forever. I want to see freaking girls with masks on stripping. Yeah. Woo! Didn't make it.
Yeah. So then finally it was like 4 or something in the morning, and one buddy Shane, he's like, oh, no, I'm good. So then me and my buddy were like, fuck it, let's go. All right, we go. We get to the strip clubs. All right, here we go. I'm excited, right? Because it's Vegas still, Who cares? It's Super Bowl Sunday. And then we get there, and then it's like, I paid for me and my buddy, and it was $100. I was like, fuck.
$100 cover? So 50-50?
50-50. And I was like, shit. And then I was like, isn't there like a military discount or like a local discount? And then she was like, oh, yeah, I already ran the card, though. I was like, okay, that's my fault.
Yeah.
That's my fault. Fuck it, let's do it. So we go inside. And it's like, I see a few people. I was like, all right, let's pull out some money. Let's pull out some cash. I pull out cash. And that shit was like $40 charge to pull out cash. I was like, fuck.
Wait, what?
The ATM.
To pull out money, it's $40?
Yeah. And I was like
the fee that's usually like $250, $350. No way.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa. I was like, all right. I'm here with my buddy,
What a guy. Then, oh my gosh.
So then well,
you're already 100 in, I guess, right?
So then I was like, fuck it, let's walk around this. And it was a big place. It was a Crazy Horse, or the newer one. And then we walk around the whole place. It's fucking empty, man. There's like 4 girls, and there's like a bunch of, it's like, fuck this, man.
Are there like 6 people?
Yeah, and it's like, nah. We walked right back out. I was like, hey man, I would like a refund.
Yeah.
I would like a refund. And then she's like, yeah, sure. It's just gonna take.
Oh, that's cool.
It's just gonna take a couple days. I was like, yeah, well, give me that because I just spent $40. Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, think about it. You just spent $40. That's it. I was like, all right, I'm cool with that. So yeah, that's how it ended. And then the next day I was just fucking hurting like an old man.
I think everybody was like because I had stayed like for my actual birthday, which is that Monday, and it was just in the room recuperating, watching movies. But dude, I had an absolute blast with everybody.
It was so great.
Your friends, man, that I met for the first time, they could not have been nicer. I feel like they really made it kind of like what it was supposed to be, man. Yeah. And dude, I thank you so much, man. Yeah. And dude, let's do it again, man. Absolutely. Maybe like we'll do New Orleans.
Oh,
cheers,
man.
brother.
Yes.
All right, man.
All right, man.
Brother.